Hey, Bernadette McClelland here, and in this video, I want to share 3 key reasons why disruptive leadership is critical for you today. And that if you can't wrap your head around what disruptive leadership is and why it's so critical, then it really is going to impact your level of relevance out there in the marketplace today, your credibility as a leader, and potentially the respect that your team has for you. I work with leaders and I help them move from that level of current success that they're having and leapfrog up to a level of significance. I've had years in corporate Australia where I've worked on multi-million-dollar deals. I have been the CEO and owner of a 7-figure bricks and mortar retail, wholesale and importing business. And today I am a conference speaker and an executive coach working with sales leaders, managers and C-level, helping them with their teams and their own level of leadership so that their businesses can become more purposeful and profitable. So let's have a look at what those key, markers are for disruptive leadership today. But first and foremost, what is disruptive leadership and why now? The premise that I hold close to my heart as to what disruptive leadership is based on the fact that you don't have to be the leader today. All of us definitely need to be a leader. And so what that means is that we all, each of us, need to deliberately disrupt the way that we think, the way that we feel, and the way that we act. Because if we don't, guaranteed, something or someone will do it to us or for us. And why now? Well, in my book, disruption has always been the answer. It's just that we have not had the perception to see it that way. Disruption has always been the beginnings of growth. It has always been new beginnings. It has always meant evolution. And so when we put it into the mix of leadership today, we need, all of us, we need to realize that we are on the cusp. We've come off the back of COVID, and granted, COVID for me, what that showed, I think what it showed all of us, it showed us a lot of things from the sales world, because, this was the space that, I was deep into at that particular point in time. And what COVID showed us was that so many salespeople and sales leaders skated under the radar for so long. And COVID highlighted so many gaps when it came to the ability or the propensity to prospect, the skill set of being able to actually lead someone remotely. And so we've come through that and we're seeing shifts now. We're seeing shifts with remote, hybrid, all of this. But businesses now are moving at a faster rate of knots. We're moving toward more disruption, even more. Flattened organizations, AI, all of this is just creating a totally different environment once again, and at faster speeds. And we're seeing so much juggling happening. We're seeing so much uncertainty within individuals. And so what does that mean? What does new beginnings mean? What does evolution mean? What does growth mean? And so when it comes to leaders, when it comes to you as a leader, what does it mean for you? And how does a business and the leader, what's the crossover? So I would love to share 3 insights with you on this video today, and on this recording, wherever you're hearing or seeing these insights. And moving forward, this platform being the Disruptive Edge, I'm going to be sharing a lot more when it comes to disruptive leadership moving forward. So as I uncover different insights, different distinctions, different challenging ideas, I will be sharing them with you. So stick with me. But for today, these are the 3 insights that I want to share. Number 1, relying on other people is not going to cut it in this era of disruption. Now, what do I mean by that? We can't rely on other people to upskill us. We can't rely on other people to prepare us. You know, there's a saying, we have got to skate to where the puck is going. We can't stay where the puck is, and we can't go back to where the puck was. And I did a poll on LinkedIn a number of weeks back now, and I asked, when resources are limited, whose responsibility is it for fine-tuning and upskilling us? And it was so interesting. 38% of the respondents said it was the business's responsibility. 38% of the respondents said it was the leader's responsibility. And 25% of the respondents said it was the individual's responsibility. Most of those respondents were leaders. So my question to you is, who do you believe is responsible for upskilling you to get you to the next level, to help you skate to where the puck is going to go? Because there are investors out there who are continuously looking at businesses to invest in, whether it's mergers and acquisitions, private equity, whether it's takeovers, whether it's even internal for looking at restructuring. And they are looking at middle management. And they are not looking for the hard skill sets that traditional management training taught. It's not tech skills that they're looking for. It's a different skill set today. And jobs of the future, I've been using these 3 skill sets for years. I've been talking about the 3 skill sets: complex problem solving, creativity, and critical thinking. This is where you need to start upskilling yourself if you want to stay relevant moving forward. How are you doing that? Or are you relying on somebody else to do it for you? And so we can't just sit back and think it's the same old. So disruptive leaders, they are the ones who are also going to help their team recognize that there is a real importance in continuous self-development and adaptability. This whole thought process around how can we deliberately disrupt the way that we think, feel, and act. Because if we don't, something or someone else will do it to us or for us. So that's point number 1, is do not rely on somebody else to upskill you, because it's not going to cut it. Point number 2, and that is around the fact that the future of work will want more than these technical skills. And so, I've just shared that. I've kind of bundled a couple in together there, but, I want to, I guess, just drill down a little bit more and what is it that they're looking for. And I talked about, I mentioned the 3 things: critical thinking, creativity, and complex problem solving. Well, what does that mean? If you consider and you look at the fact that businesses today are having to do business differently because of the way that the world is turning, and it's turning faster and faster and faster at a higher level, at a bigger level. Businesses are flattening out. AI is being brought in. There's, we're bringing together different facets of the organization to think, how is this change going to roll out? They are looking for leaders who have the ability to be decisive, to make decisions fast. And yes, sure, there is going to be the tendency for human beings to make mistakes. But is it better to have somebody that is going to learn through mistakes and make them quicker, or have somebody who's just going to sit back and not make a decision at all because they're frightened of making a mistake? Which one is it going to be? So decisiveness and overcoming fears of scarcity thinking and survival thinking is crucial. Thought leadership, being able to coach people instead of managing people. All of these different skill sets are over and above your ability to run a spreadsheet or, run a CRM. Or we've really got to zone in on some of these key internal skills. So this is what the future of work is going to demand moving forward. And third is, on the flip side of that, is inspiration. Leaders have got to be able to inspire their people, not just lead them or manage them, but inspire them. The word inspire means breathe life into. How are you going to breathe life into your team when they're dragging their bottom lip? How do you motivate them? And we talk about the word motivate meaning a motive for action. How do you actually motivate them? You yourself as a leader, it's not just about resilience today. It's about anti-fragility. It's about going beyond resilience. How do you tap into that part of you? How do you pull that part of you out? You are the role model. And so you've got a salesperson who is not making their numbers. How do you help that salesperson find the $1 million lesson in the $1 million deal loss? This is what we're looking for. This is what the disruptive leader of the future is all about. So look, this is just me riffing on just kind of 3 thoughts that I had around disruptive leadership. It's different. This is where we're moving to for the future. I would love to be a resource here for you. So I would love it if you would subscribe to my YouTube channel. Or we're going to be starting to populate that with more videos and insights around disruptive leadership. And I would encourage you to also download my the Disruptive Leader Guide, which I've created the Disruptive Leadership Scale. So it's an aspirational model, which will take you from the hesitant leader to the disruptive leader. And it walks you through that whole survival mindset to the significance mindset. And you can access that, BernadetteMcClelland.com/scale. It's also on the YouTube channel as well as a download. Follow me on LinkedIn, and look, any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to me on any of those platforms. If you've got any questions, if you want to speak to me about my thoughts on this or want to contribute in any way, please feel free to reach out. And on that note, have an amazing day, and we'll speak to you soon. Bye for now.